Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you're having beautiful days today. How was your weekend if you celebrate those things? How was your new moon? Most importantly, how are you doing today? I really, I love these. Sometimes I don't know, how do I say? Sometimes I feel like I want to title the video. Let me rephrase. I have an intention when we start. Today, structure, very much kind of, I feel like finishing up the real focus that we've had in the past little bit about setting 1 to 5 year goals and utilizing the new moon energy. So I feel like the title structure has a lot more to do with our internal structure than it does the external in a sense. But also, what do we need? What do we That's good. That's good. What do we need in our reality that maybe we don't have, or maybe if the 1 year goals and the 5 year goals that we really set in our intentions yesterday during the new moon, what are some things? Good morning. So good to see you. What are some things that we can really look at within our current reality that we can make some shifts right away, even if it's making space for something? I think especially if it's making space for something. Whereas, we've been talking about clothes and aesthetic for a little while, and definitely with Venus going into Aries this week, we'll have a lot of the energy that's available to us. If we want to change up our aesthetic and change up the way we present ourselves to the world, we might see that. We might be seeing our, shine have an integration, the way that we pull cards, the way that we channel, the way that we want to show up for our communities, the way we collaborate, the way we communicate, all different things. And where is Mercury right now? Mercury's in Aries at 12 degrees, so it's past the point of that retrograde period that it had. So we're in that space of I'm communicating Aries or Mercury in the way that really resonates with me and that shows my true voice, my true voice. Let's see if there's a tarot card that wants to come out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a few. I like that the sword is pointing down. It's really grounding our intellect in a way that feels safe and really good. I have a tendency to think the higher self works with reality to remove those obstacles that might be keeping your true will from manifesting, say due to being almost too complacent. Good morning, Ron. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. I love every single one of us connecting to the higher self in the way that really speaks to them. And it's the perspective that I've always had. It's like God, universe, spirit, whatever energy you've put on all there is, and your higher self had a baby and it's you. And in many seasons of my life, my higher self has been that like over loving helicopter parent that's like, you're doing great. Look at you. And I'm like, I'm high all the time and I'm destroying my life. And my inner teenager is running the ship. She's like, I know it's all for your soul's development and growth. Hi, happy new moon. Happy new moon and happy new beginnings. It's so good to see you, Winter. Everyone has a personalized path, I believe. Absolutely, 100%, Ron. 100%, I agree with that. That we're all that source energy having this human experience, but there's not one role to play on this planet. We all get to play the role that we desire to play, and the way that we experience things. Every little bit of this world is just like the way that you view an abstract painting. The way that you see it is going to be different. The way I see it, the way I see it is different. The way that Winter sees it, the way Winter sees it is different from the way that Mistel sees it. It's all going to be different. Every single bit of it's going to be different. my mom used to utilize this phrase when it came to this type of stuff, which is, we all go to the parade, but everyone sees it differently. Everyone sees it differently. So I really loved that one. Two sword court cards I find interesting. I feel like there's a lot of shifts that are happening internally, and I just love this card so much. I just love the sass. Where it's like, I'm not taking that. I don't know where that water came from. That is tap water. No, thank you. No, thank you. Yes, and we all have to coexist with the same laws. Definitely so. The laws of the universe. I agree with that 100%. 100%. But how we interpret those laws is up to us, and how we choose to answer to them is every person's own. One's not better or worse than, one's not good or bad or ugly. We all get to choose how to receive in the way that helps our individual soul develop. It's kind of like saying how we chose to, yeah, whatever our soul's path is, it's going to be very different for each and every one of us. I like this. I like all of these things. I feel like we're moving slowly and taking our time between action and reaction to transmute it to a response. What's meant for us is only meant for us. And the way that I experience abundance or desire abundance is going to be so different from every single one of you. And that's the blessing of this planet, is that we get to wait, good morning, for what's meant for us. We get to say that's 6 out of 10, that's 7 out of 10. I'm not going to engage with that, and wait. And it's something that, so I had a personal moment on the new moon yesterday, which was really, really beautiful. And it was, very connected to Yeshua. I was driving to the gym. And, sometimes when I'm driving, I'm just like my visuals are all over the place. It's safe, don't get me wrong, but it's like I'm getting a lot of different downloads and images. Show of hands, does anyone, when they're driving or when they're in the shower or sometimes when they're peeing, they're like, downloads, dang, that just came through. So for me, it can be when I'm driving. And so I had this energy of, and it's like, this doesn't have to be perceived as religious, but it was Yeshua and Mary. And so that can be spiritual, religious, however you take that. The bath, oh my God, it's the water. When it's like you're going in, you're like, I'm going to shift timelines now. Thank you. It's so beautiful. And so I was driving to the gym and I was connecting to Yeshua, and exactly. I like that, Ron. I like that. I like that. I was connecting to Yeshua Merit. I was driving to the gym, and the big word for myself that really is the umbrella for everything that I'm calling in is about, good morning, Patty. Good morning, is about freedom. That's the highest octave word that really resonates with me, which is I'm calling in freedom within my life, within my business, within my personal relationships, with the way that I communicate with spirit, with the way I communicate with myself, travel, all different things. So freedom was the big umbrella that I was calling in. And when I was driving, they were like, yes, amazing. We love this. And so they had this is an image that comes up sometimes in my channeling sessions with clients, whereas your guides bring this basket and they say, give us what you perceive to be your junk, your gook, whether it be shame or like whatever the bad things are, the lack mentality. And they say, give us this and we'll take it away. It's kind of like what we label as poop is actually like the best fertilizer, like the manure. And so they're like, okay, so what are you going to give up for this freedom? And I had been like, okay, I'm giving up lack. What was the other one? I'm giving up fear or shame. And it was very like, I was jovial. I was like, yeah, I'll give it up lack. I'll give it up this. And then it was just cheeky because like the energy of Yeshua was like, well, what's that little pebble in your pocket? And I was like, what pebble in my pocket? And I looked in my pocket in my mind's eye. This is all happening when I'm driving to the gym. And it was this little pebble called impatience. He was like, are you gonna give that up? You're gonna give your impatience up?" And I was like, "Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Why is this so intense on this new moon? What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean? Human Aries, don't what is this? What is happening? Are you kidding me?" And they're like, "Yeah, are you gonna give that up?" It's like, "Fine. Take it. Take it. Everything's perfect. I'm living my highest timeline right now." It was so beautiful. Yes. Yes, they progressively get more stern. I really that is beautifully said, Ron. It's kind of like when you don't listen to the whispers of God, they like throw a boot at your face, and then they like throw a rock at your face, and then like the whole thing just like smashes in your face. Yes, I love that. And it's but this one like I was like, "Yay, this is great. We're calling in freedom." But now, Sarah, yeah, yes. I had the same moment yesterday of letting go of the old template. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful, Winter. I appreciate like, I love that we're on the same vibration. It's can be so intense and beautiful and lovely and wonderful, and by the time I got to the gym, I'm like, "I'm already tuckered out, so, like, let's let's put this into the physical." Oh, my spirit guides sometimes can be a bit harsh in their methods. Yes, always, always, yes. Yes, a cosmic spanking, LOL. I love it. I love how we each receive our spirit team. They're like, "This is for your best interest. This is helpful. This is helpful for you." We're just like, "Wow, it's so good." It's so much fun. Exactly. You will be better for this. This is all for your soul's growth. We're just I'm so happy to share this all with you because it's like it's just so beautiful. Let's just float above ourselves for a moment to be able to say that we have this incredible community to talk about openly how our spirit guides communicate with us in a beautiful way. I just want to highlight that. And I just want to highlight how blessed and like just incredibly blessed we are to have this communication and this conversation because I didn't always have that. And so that's I'll speak from my statements for a very long time in my, early awakening days, it was always like, "Oh, yeah, you're talking to aliens. That's nice. Okay." And I'm like, "Talk to your higher self." And then finally, like after the hermit phase, I was like, "My people will find me. I will find them effortlessly." And really being in that. So it's a privilege to be able to talk so comfortably and openly with all of you about how you experience your spirit team. And I love the sassiness of the spirit teams and how it's always for the highest and greatest good. And when we set the intention for our actions, thoughts, words, and actions to be based on the highest and greatest good, we've got to take that little pebble out of our pocket, whatever that represents to each of us, remains in patience, and just kind of, yeah, give it up and give it up. And it's my water with lemon. It's my water with lemon. I had a double espresso this morning, and now I'm already on a cup of calm. It's very beautiful, and so that's something that I really love for when we do set really powerful intentions, to be able to laugh along the way and be like, "Yeah, yeah." Like, I'll have a little bit of a dramatized pity party for myself as my Aries likes to, but my Cap Moon is like, "Yes! Yes! Get rid of that impatience." What was also really fascinating about that, and let me know if you receive downloads in this similar way, after I saw the pebble of impatience in my pocket, it's like I got this flip book of all of these like moments in my life where I had been not acting as if and kind of like in the energy and vibration of like waiting for something external to come and then I'll be the different version of me. It was like, I'm done for the day. And I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? During nexus points, say like a new moon, I know I need to change. Why right now? Oh, the vibrations match. Yes, actually. It's like, why today? And they're like, here's all the astrological validation as to why you're experiencing what it is that you're experiencing. Oh, yeah, all this fixed energy. that you could probably release some of those rigid patterns. Release some of those rigid patterns. I have to also when it comes to the energy of like aesthetic and throwing away things in the closet, this board is too small and I'm going to make a bigger one. I got bigger markers. Yes. Yes, exactly. It's there, but not. Yes. Yes. So, what I also find fascinating about the astrology, about the energies of the current and what we're experiencing here and now. And this is something that I've seen come up in other channelers' content and things like that. So let me know if this resonates for you. But the energy that's available to us is very much an offering. Some people are not choosing to receive this or to co-create with it. The word co-create, or the words co-create, word, hyphenated word, is really resonating with me right now as to how we can utilize, like usually I'm like, you can harness this energy, but I got this image of like us trying to like lasso the energy and be like, guide me and take me there. But when it's co-create, it says, I will become the vessel to hold the energy of the future version of myself that I desire to be. And I will love myself. This is mostly for Sarah, but like I will release my impatience. And even in my leisure time, I will be that version of myself. I won't, create and do all these things and then regress back to old patterns. I will continuously become this evolved version of myself. But what I really have been seeing and feeling in the external is that we don't have to utilize this energy. We don't have to, let me rephrase. If we're not feeling the call to make big shifts and changes, maybe we're not supposed to. Like maybe we're not supposed to. There's a lot of people right now. I'll speak from I statements. So it was during the North Node and Aries transit when the North Node went into Aries. This was a few years ago. And I looked back, as most astrologers do, and I was like, oh, this is what happened the last time the North Node was in Aries. And I said to myself, man, you did not choose the North Node in Aries. You chose the South Node in Libra transit. You definitely did not really step into your sovereignty. You did not step into your independence. You stayed in a relationship that now I perceive to be less than, but I wouldn't become myself during the last North Node in Aries transit if I didn't choose that South Node in Libra transit. So it's kind of like we can perceive the I didn't choose the highest timeline moments, but once we've experienced it in the future. So if right now you are not being called to make big changes, you're not being called to shift your aesthetic or do all of these different things, that's okay. That's also okay. The offering must be pleasing in the eye of the highest. I really love that, Ron. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. It's just like that cafeteria line. Take what you want for your plate. The energy is available to us. You might break down and say, I'm just going to work with Mars right now, or I'm just going to work with Pluto right now. Well, Pluto is direct right now. I recorded my May video before this, so I was going over the transits of May. I did not call it, "It's gonna be May," but it took a lot not to, so I just wanna highlight that as my millennial shows, but yeah, I'm excited for May. I'm excited for a lot of what's Susanna, good morning, honey. How are you? Happy Monday. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It really is. Oh my goodness. It's just lovely to be here with all of you. And I find that the way that things have really shifted for myself with this energy is releasing that impatience, but also sinking into I don't want to rush like ever again. Like I literally don't want to rush ever again for the rest of my life. I want to be doing things of the highest good when I get the download to do it and still be efficient in my processes. If I get an idea to write something, write it from start to finish and then let it be and then let it be. But yeah, I really want to be able to be in my sovereignty. And I find that the more we slow down, just like in a meditative state, we can actually see things so much clearer. so much clearer. So if there's confusion, if there's, the need for us to think that we have to figure something out, sink from the head to the heart and really just like the offering must be pleasing in the eye of the highest, like Ron said, and really ask yourself, what feels good? What is the feeling that I'm calling in? And making sure that it's of the highest and greatest. I grok that as a writer, but real life gets in the way. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing. It's very whatever reality we're in, we have to do certain things. Like we have to pay the bills. We have to, get the part-time job. We have to do our things. And I grasp that. And sometimes it tires us and sometimes it frustrates us. The impatience. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm an Aries sun at 2 degrees, conjunct Jupiter at 5 in the 5th house of play. And all I want to do is wear sundresses and record YouTube videos and let that be my life. And maybe that is on my timeline. But right now I still have to tend to the dotted I's and the crossed T's, I guess you could say. And allowing when we're in times of tumultuousness or frustration, it's kind of like restaurant life when you're a waiter and you've got 7 8 tables going and you have to be wildly present and you're like, I would like to get off the roller coaster now, please. And it's like, oh, but it's 6:45 and you got another few hours of this. And you're like, okay, maybe take a deep breath and maybe just acknowledge and surrender to the current and be in what you're in and just ask yourself what you need to get through the day. It is worth it to give birth to this energy. Is it for the highest good? I overthink every aspect of everything. What's your moon sign, Ron? Is it air? Could be. Could be. Yeah, what's the big three? I'm curious. Curious about that. But this has a lot to do. Pisces moon. Wow, that's amazing. That is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. That explains the writing. That explains the writing. And reminding yourself that it's like all 5 ideas are all right, basically. Sun, Leo, Pisces, Moon, Cap rising. That's amazing. Yes, what house is that in? Where's the Mercury too? That's beautiful. Do you use whole sign? Is it 3, 2, or 4? I want to know. Yeah. This is at the bottom of the deck. We all do have something to create and to focus on in this world. And really reminding ourselves, I don't always see Grand Cross. Tell us more. Tell us more. I don't always see the 10 of Wands as a negative. It's our mindset that can really create it to be a negative. Sometimes I just say it's a little bit of a rocky montage. It really depends on where it comes up in the reading. But right here, having it come up where the Magician reversed, we're bringing our ideas up, down to the world. We have to rest at certain times and know when enough is enough and let God of our understanding take over. But really understanding that this might be when we're creating something that's never been created before, it is going to take co-creation. So some version of energy on our own part to allow the transformation to be gentle. It just keeps going. It's just all literally validation, validation, validation of cards. So I really love this. I really love this. And all the majors so far coming up are reversed. So this might feel very internal. What I'm really picking up on from this collective is that we set some very aligned intentions yesterday. However you chose to utilize this energy, this was the first straight up major arcana, and it took me a thickness to get there. I'm really hearing that everyone, a lot of people here, myself included, really need to take some pressure off. Ron, this could be for you, where it's like you don't have to overthink everything, allow yourself, and it's something we talked about last week, where if what we're seeing is too many options and it prevents us from actually making a decision or taking an action step at all, we can kind of go above it or around it. Sense where it's like we get up to the pastry case and it's like, do I choose the healthy option or this one, or this one is no sugar, or the gluten one, or this one? No, I can't make the decision. It's I'm choosing a pastry and I'm going to pick a pastry. So really reminding ourselves that sometimes, and we talked about this all last week in the live. So if this is resonating, definitely go check out that replay, talking about if we make a decision, when we make a decision, and it's not the perfect decision, we will be bumper bowled, we will be redirected. But it's the act of co-creation of making the decision, of taking the, you take every interview when you're job searching, you don't take every job. Pastry is always delicious and it's always the right decision. We will die one day. Please have the treat. Please have the treat. Every single one of you. Like, there will never be a moment at the end of the week when I ask myself, like, what did you do well or what did you not do so well? It's like, I really regret, like, treating myself well. Yes. I'm so happy you're here. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy you're connecting live. It's so lovely to see you. Every Monday for the most part, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What time zone are you in? Are you Eastern Standard Time? I'm so happy that you're here. Happy day after the new moon. Oh, and really, yeah, my guides are really like saying, like, really taking some pressure off, and but in a way that feels, they're like, that's too ambiguous, Sarah. It's really saying, like, how can you, okay, they're giving a practical tool. When you have your central time zone, when you have your to-do list every day, which I definitely do. No, Susanna does. We have our to-do list every day. Really saying, like, what if you put having a 5-minute dance party on there? And what if you put, gazing at a candle for a minute on there? What if you put, texting a friend and just telling them that you're thinking about them? What if you put things that are, oh yeah, oh yeah, on, what if you put things that like bring joy, but that aren't, I have to really accomplish something like for my business, or, write 10 pages or do this? What if we added things that were just like awesome, and that you get that little like dopamine check, check, I did it, and let that be that. And what if we also, for some of you, this isn't for everybody, but it has a lot to do with the habit of habit, where, maybe we haven't been consistent with our posting, myself included, and showing up 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, 1 minute a day. There are days where literally the only Italian that I get to is just my Duolingo, so I don't lose the streak, and I just do like one lesson and I'm like, check. That's it. So really, those reps and sets that I love saying, it's that habit of showing up and allowing that to be enough, because it's that growth is not linear, but it's just as long as we're continuously doing something. This could be for anything. This could be as practical as spring cleaning, where it's put a timer on for 10 minutes and clean one window. Much love, Ron. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Some work every day is better than none. I'm so happy that you made it. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, definitely listen to the playback later on. I love little bites, just little bits every day, and reminding your energy that we're not giving up. Good. We're not giving up on this. And this is so much of your future self and your higher self calling you and saying, we're not going to give up on you. I, had an interesting moment where at the gym yesterday, I did not After the entirety of the, Yeshua Mary channeling and my impatience being brought to light, I was exhausted when I got there. So I showed up and I did, I would say 76, yeah, more than 60, like 70% of my, program. And I wasn't mad at myself. I wasn't at like in the slightest. I was like, yeah, this is what I have in me today. And I did it and I showed up. And maybe a past version of Sarah wouldn't even have showed up at all. She would have turned that car around and been like, I got what I needed to. I'm going home. But my body thanked me. And the habit of getting to the gym 3 times a week, I kept to it. And so it really will look different for everyone. But I really would love us to utilize, the seeds that we planted of intention on the new moon yesterday. And it's very it's very direct, the message that's coming through right now, and it's of the highest good. It's really like a source-led, God-led energy that wherever seeds we planted, that this group planted, was right for you, and it just looks differently than everybody else, but I just wanna really offer there's a lot of alignment that everyone's really stepping into, and the reason that we're kinda like, "Is this the right way?" is just because we've never been so aligned, evolved, whatever you'd like to label that as, and so really, I want just to offer that message for all of you, like, you're doing a really wonderful job, and it might just feel so confusing because we've never been so aligned, and when we're in that alignment, when we spent maybe our entire lives out of alignment, it just feels a little wobbly like Bambi on fresh legs. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I feel like little bits are just enough sometimes. I feel like I have to burn it up and make some sort of drastic change to hot paradigms. Yes, 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 just so stuck. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. It's just showing up a little bit every day. It's showing up to the new energy every single day. That's it. It like when we look back, to whether we set year goals or 5-year goals or even month goals. It doesn't matter if we set goals for the week. When we look back on the week, we're just going to say, oh, I did it every day. Yeah. Once it's Sunday and you say, okay, I did my Italian every single day, I don't think for a second in that hindsight mirror, but I only did this, but I only did this, but I only did this. I said, I showed up every day, every day. So reminding yourself it's supposed to look different every day. Every day is meant to be its own experience, especially with the ridiculous energy that's available. Insert astrological validation here. It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. We're in the written times. I mean, Neptune's in Aries. Saturn's about to go into Aries. Uranus is going to go into Gemini this year. Jupiter's gonna go into Cancer? Like, what? What? There are moments where I, like, will just gaze ahead to, like, July through September, and I'm like, "Jesus God, what on earth is that? What on earth is that?" And so, that must not be and I don't want that to be, like, terrifying in any capacity. It's just reminding ourselves when we slow down a little bit, and we say, "Okay, there's cuckoo pants vibes out there. Why don't I just write a few lines of a book? Write in my journal. Take a moment to meditate today and really sit with that and let that be enough and bring some beauty to our world and really like get rid of the clothes that don't resonate anymore and wear the things that do. Yeah. I put on my purple. Jonathan, how are you? How are you? It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. It's the afternoon for you, correct? I want to say. Yeah, it's like 4 maybe? 4? 1600, pardon me. I'm really happy that you're here. Nice, nice. Oh, it's 3, it's past. I look forward to this cafe time, but I really feel like some of us are due for a very beautiful, lovely aesthetic change. I don't want you to get caught up in like the glow up, but wearing clothes that resonate and that feel like yourself. I was wearing a different like over sweater over this before I started recording, and it was just like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I love my long granny sweater. It's one of my favorite, like it's just part of the uniform. And I just it doesn't matter what dress I have on. I'm like, this is gonna do perfectly. This is the vibe. Everything else will resonate with it. But yeah, my intention for today was to talk about structure. It's drained from weekend, but excited for this chapter change happening, getting into the full Taurus mode. I'm in my house boring, having a duvet day. Oh my God. That is beautiful. That's a beautiful Taurus energy. Oh my goodness. It's just so lovely. It did. I posted this little short of Sybil yesterday where she was just like literally sprawled out and she's like zero F's. She's like, this is the way. This is the way. House coat. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I love that. I've not had a job in almost a year. I feel bad about it because I feel so much pressure from my family. Always structured with holding a schedule. Thanks, ADHD, but whatever. Future manifestation. Yes, I love that. I love that. And really, sometimes when we're in between jobs and we're in between things, and I want to offer just a shifting of language is it's not like when you're in between partners, it's not like I'm single and I'm by myself. It's like I'm in between partners. So maybe a switch up of the language is I'm in between jobs, and maybe adding a little bit of structure to your daily life, whatever you decide to do with like those moments in time can be your own, and going with it. Sometimes time blocking, you can, it's like, say you set the intention to be creative for 20 minutes and your brain is like, I don't want to create anything. What if you watched a really inspiring video about a specific artist and like you worked with the way that your brain works instead of against it, but giving yourself specific structures that are like containers to hold it? Where, sometimes I'll set a timer for 5-10 minutes and I'm like, rage clean, do it, get everything done that you can in this amount of time. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, this place looks great. This is awesome. But really just saying that's the container that I'm putting it in, and that's enough. And it's just about those repetitions. Also, a really wonderful way to work with your brain is to go with, I love a good rage clean. Yes, rage clean. Thank you. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. It's so much fun. And then you go for a walk, you come home, you're like, whose house is this? Who did this? Because I blacked out. I don't remember any of that. Like I processed something in the depths of that closet that I don't like to look inside in my own being. But sometimes it's actually a very, very spiritual thing to, it's a gift for yourself. It really is. It could be a very spiritual thing when we get overwhelmed with the world and what we cannot control to say, I can actually wash this window and I have control over that. And I can use good cleaner and I can vacuum this corner. I can sweep this corner. I can do something. And it gives you that empowerment that maybe was just the overwhelm of the feeling that you were having. So clean house, clean mind. Absolutely. Very, very true. And it's something, oh my God, where was it? It was maybe I recorded 2 videos today, so I don't remember where I said this. I did an all signs reading for Venus and Aries, and I did a May introductory video. So I don't remember where I said this, but it's almost like I got this image of the house was clean and you'd like gotten rid of everything that wasn't the aesthetic or the vibe that you wanted. And it maybe looked a little bit like, not like sterile, but a little bit like empty. I was like, oh, I like that. Get rid of anything that does not resonate so that the only things that you have to your ability to use are things that resonate. And so I really, really liked that. And so that's something to work with. That's something that we can, if I can see it and I can touch it, it's real. Because I know for myself as a channeler, for an intuitive, when we're picking up on the collective, and I think I had posted something about it last week where it's like I was picking up on this anger, this collective anger that we were experiencing, that the collective was experiencing. And I was like, that's not mine. That's not mine. And I was happy to have that moment of awareness. But sometimes when we get caught up in a collective process and we just let things flow through us, it can be intense and it can be overwhelming. And so that's a time to really clean if we need to clean, take a shower, take a bath, do something that makes us feel like, okay, I've shifted the energy. I've shifted the energy. Because when things feel cluttered and stagnant, we can't always see clearly. That's, sometimes many times where, and sometimes around full moons, where like I will rip the paper off the walls. I'm like, this energy and this paper needs to go, putting on saging the whole house. And I'm just like, we got to shift this up. I don't like this anymore. Yes, I don't like this anymore. And I'll put new stuff up. And it'll be the same paper, like the same clean paper. I'm like, oh, thank God. This is so much better. Collective anger could tell somebody who was up from vibe, X partly why am I exactly. Yes, yes, yes. And there's when especially when we work with the public, especially when we, have our content out there, all these different things, you know, I just want to destroy. I saw a video. This was of a dog where the parents of a dog, it was a pitty, it was a cute little pitty, had a button that says, I want to destroy something. And the parent got a box, like an Amazon box, and gave it to the dog to destroy. To destroy. So if you're feeling like destroying, like me ripping the paper off the walls, find something. Get a piece of paper, rip it into as many pieces as you can, and then safely set it on fire. Like safely, please, safely. Whenever I do my full moon techniques, I've got like a pitcher of water, I've got tongs. I'm just being like, this is magic. This is magic. Like, and it's just like, he's okay. I'm so happy you saw that. It had a destroy button. This little cute pitty had a destroy button, and it ripped that box to pieces. So don't go against what you're feeling. Release it. Because the more we try to bottle it up, it's like holding in a burp or a fart. Like, don't do that. That doesn't help anybody, especially you. So find a way to destroy something. Like, it will feel awesome. It will feel awesome. Was more everyone else's anger, like a last spark before the new moon. Yes. Yes, destroy it. I recommend that. Get a box, rip it up into as many pieces as you can. Do something like literally, and it's like when you go through your closet. It's like you take something that doesn't resonate, say thank you if you want to do the Marie Kondo way, and then throw it in a bag. And then throw it into a bag and be okay with allowing yourself to. It's like when your inner teenager is pissed, they're pissed. Let them rage out. Let them be upset. That's what, like, I will take my inner teenager to the gym and I will deadlift to failure. I will literally just be like, okay, we're not doing anything else but this till you tucker yourself out, kiddo. Yes. I'd love to hit up a rage room at some point. Yeah, buddy. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. This is like, and we've talked about rage music before. This is kind of like, this is why I love this group so much because it's not just about like being zen and spiritual and be like, good vibes only. It's not noon all day long. I want like down with the sickness playing. I want like your, wah! Like I want that smash. I want that. Like get it out. Get it out. This is why, honest to goodness, some of the most aligned, integral movies that I can watch. You know my love of Lord of the Rings, but I will literally put on the extended version of Return of the King. I'm like, oh, the fights of Mordor. Good versus evil. This feels so good. And I'm just sitting there like in the same vibe that I would like my Totoro. I'm like, oh, this feels aligned. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. And just like mic dropping that and be like, thank you. I've paid the bill. That's enough for today. That's enough for today. So finding ways in our own lives to have our rage room, to get it out, like, stemming, dancing, rocking, tapping, hugs, all different things, feeling that Mars energy. Dude, that's honestly, I'm so glad you're saying that. It's been it's been are we past the retrograde point? We're at 4 degrees. So we're about to hit past the retrograde point of Mars. So this is our opportunity to really feel it and say, I'm going to express this. You can do whatever you want, but just an idea in the healthier way. In the healthier way. I know what the retrograde feels like. I know what that feels like. I know what that Mars Pluto opposition feels like. Is it mine? Is it not mine? But expressing it in a way that feels good, that feels really good. Like once I, go deadlift to failure, I'm like, you're inner teenager, you're tuckered out. She's tuckered out. I'm like, okay, well, my body got a nice little oomph, nice little oomph. It's a good day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Susanna, we are so close. Thank you, thank you. When did it go? It was early December. What degree, pardon me, was it at? It was 6 degrees. 6 degrees. So we're at 4. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be really interesting. And this this has been coming up for a lot of people. And it was 6 degrees. Yes, it was 6 degrees that it went retrograde. So we have 2 more degrees to go. And then I feel as though this shift, and I talked a little bit about it in my May video, but there's kind of like this like splitting that we're seeing in many different ways. So I'm kind of going to like shorthand it just when it comes to aggression and frustration and all things Mars, which is to be able to say, I'm feeling the rage inside of myself come up and I want to burn something, I want to destroy something, but you're just like in a normal conversation with a friend or a family member or a colleague, and you're like, I'm just going to walk away. I'm just going to do some breathing by myself. Nope, I know I'm bleeding from the ears. That's a me problem. So just like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Stop. And I'm going to go take care of this in a different, healthy manner. This is very uncomfortable, especially when we're very new to this. But this is a way for us to really choose, how am I going to either co create with Mars or let Mars roll over me? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Mars is carrying it right now. It's so true. It's so true. This is our opportunity. This is why I love the term co-creation when it comes to some this chair sometimes I like sink into it. This is why the term co-creation instead of harnessing. I used to use harnessing all the time, but it's not like we can say we can like lasso Mars and it's like, lead the way, honey. It's like, I'm gonna co-create with this energy. Anger, assertion, aggression, all things perceived to be divine masculine. We all have natal Mars and we all are feeling this. So it's being aware of what's coming up, taking ourselves out of the room in the same way that, like, if you had to go to the ladies' room or the gentleman's room, you had to go piddle, you're not going to just sit there. You're going to go to the bathroom, right? So when you're losing a little bit of the control of the avatar, just say, I'm going to take a moment. I'll be right back. You can even say, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And you just say, what's coming up? What is it? What am I feeling? What are some feeling words? How can I express it? Do I need to take myself away from the engagement that I'm in right now? Being aware of our own selves, having the self awareness is huge right now. Just saying, time out. I'm not fully in control of my thoughts, words, actions, and intentions, and I don't want to engage in this right now. This could be a very new, I'll say maybe difficult way for us to take responsibility for ourselves. It could be somebody out there wronged you and pissed you off. One of my really favorite phrases when it comes to personal growth and development is, you could be right, but your execution will make you wrong. Staying within your own integrity and alignment and just saying, yeah, I am triggered AF right now, but I'm not here to control you. I have no control over you. I'm just going to take responsibility for myself and remove myself from the situation, or stand up for myself, use I statement words, whatever feels safe and comfortable for you to do in that moment. But this is the big, you're really mastering our Mars. It's something that I'm very, 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 very involved and invested in right now. So I will have more tools for you. I will have more things, but it's just, Doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine, divine masculine, divine feminine. We literally all have Venus and Mars inside of us. So it's really understanding how my natal Mars, how do I naturally assert myself? Where's my natal Mars placed? What house is it in? How do I naturally get PO'd? How do I naturally get triggered? And then looking at where the transiting Mars is to say, okay, how am I getting activated right now? What's coming up for me right now? Especially when Mars was in Cancer, home, safety, my pocket of the world. It's not Mars in Cancer is always happy in Cancer. So that was a huge lesson of like, we were feeling like this and nothing was happening. How did we react and respond to that? How did we really integrate that? And just like my impatience, how do we say, yeah, I'm not exactly where I want to be. I'm not fully in the paradigm that I imagined that I'd be at this season of life, but I'm right where I'm meant to be. Otherwise, I would be somewhere else. And so maybe there's some other lessons, maybe there's some other integrations, maybe there are some other things that are out of alignment, pardon me, that I'm so happy. I'm so happy this is resonating that I could really integrate and I could really work on. Because sometimes when we're taking a break to connect to that highest timeline, yes, trying to imagine the best outcome of a situation, feel it helps me alchemize my negative energies. Yes, 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 yes. Always, always, always go to the end. Always go to the end. Say, this is the end goal that I want. I love that. I love that. You're speaking my language. You're speaking my practice. I love that. Go to the end. What is the desired outcome that I want from this engagement, this relationship, this job, whatever it is? That's the North Star. That's where we're going. Does what I'm about to say, do, think, create, get me there? It keeps us focused in chaos energy, because chaos energy again can either roll you over, or if you keep that laser pointed focus on that North Star, just like Kay was saying, laser focus, that's where I'm going. That's the version of myself I'm becoming. It's not always easy. And sometimes when you're the only one doing it, it can feel lonely. It can feel like, why am I the only person that's doing this? That's why we have this space. That's why we have our communities. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Structure only comes from chaos. Chaos is all there is. That's incredible. That's incredible. That 52 minutes kind of flew by. I don't know about you, but that was just kind of like a little bit of warp speed. So, do you have any questions for me going into this week? Anything that you're focused on? How are you feeling after the new moon? What are we thinking? What are we feeling right now? Okay, medicine. I love this. Feel proud of changes I've made and love this cafe. Will help others if they want, but people who are bringing chaos, no time for. Jonathan, I appreciate you so much. I really do. I'm going to send you a message on Instagram after this. I want to thank you for something. And this is enjoying the joy of what we're creating, enjoying the joy of what we're co creating. When it comes to this space and this cafe, it is about co-creating. It's saying, okay, I'm setting my intentions. And like Kay was saying, like taking those action steps to become that version. It's not just about sitting and just being like, okay, universe, bring me things. Take care of it. You do this. That's not evolving our soul. Enjoying every pentacle. He's got the little road back to town. He can go back whenever he wants to, but he's lost in the sauce of making his pentacles. This is one of my favorite cards. This has been coming up a bunch for me lately. A bunch. Yes. Congrats on the new assistant starting today. Oh, that is so, I love it when it's cliche, Susanna. I love it when it's cliche. That is so new moon and Taurus energy. You've been busting your bum. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. Bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck. The work is part of enjoying it. Yes. Achieving dreams. It feels so good when the the fruits of our good work that we get to do really pay off. It's really like, I can't even tell you, it's been years of my life to live weekly the fruition of this cafe space. Years of my life was put into creating this and visualizing it and thinking, how is this happening? What is going on? How am I doing this? And feeling like I'm losing my effing mind. Yes, enjoy that process. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. And offering sometimes journal, like write a journal entry like the day after your orientation. We're like, oh my God, I just had the orientation of the best job. The people are so nice. They were so welcoming. I love the onboarding process. I really feel like I can connect to some amazing people. Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Enjoy the joy of living. Enjoy the joy of living and of creating. It's just such a incredible blessing just to be here and just to be like, wow, we're in the crusty rim of a fireball shooting through space. We're shooting through space. We're just like God having this human experience. We're just connected across time and space. Like, that's incredible. Ah, yes. Congrats on the search. Enjoy. Make it bougie. Like, put on a nice outfit. Like, just light a little candle. Yes. Spent 10 years waiting, now just in bliss because living it now and even starting to be able to self-sustain. Jonathan, I'm so proud. I love connecting. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. It's so like this is the joy that I want every single one of you to feel, no matter the stage you're at. Like, I'm searching for a job. Yes. I've been doing this for 5 years. Yes. I've been doing this for 10 years. Yes. My assistant is starting today. Yes. Like, look at every single season that you could have in real time in front of you. And every single person is like, this is good. This is good. Oh, I am so proud of all of you. I am so grateful for this group. I'm just sending this effervescence out to you if you're keen to receive it, just hugging you across time and space. I'm so incredibly grateful for every single one of you. It is just a joy, an absolute, absolute joy to connect. For my members, we have our coaching call on Saturday. I am so excited. I feel like it's been years and lifetimes. I can't wait. Yes, future imagine being reality and from the courage from you too for pride. And yes, you don't have to go cuckoo. We're all cuckoo around here. It's so good. It's so good. And really, this is one of the most supportive groups I've ever experienced. So I love you all. Happy May. My members, I will see you on Saturday at 11 Eastern Standard. That's totally okay. That's totally okay. I totally get it. You're working. So if it doesn't happen, that's all right. Send me a message and let me know. And you can always watch the recap as well. So anything that we talk about, you can go back and watch. So yes, they are. The best people are cuckoo AF. It's really just like seeing yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, that's my type. That's my type. And then you will find your people. Just like you found this cafe, you will find your people. Yes. Sending so much love and energy to you all. Same, Jonathan. So much love and energy to everyone. I hope you have wonderful, wonderful weeks. We'll see you again next week here on YouTube, 11 Eastern Standard Time at the cafe. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everyone. I'll see you. Love you.